Yo, what's up? This is the Really Kiki Podcast, episode 9. And as always, I'm your host, Ones. And we got topics. Diddy, man. Let's get straight into that. Diddy. Oh, man. This is about morality now. This is what we talking about now. Because the last episode, I said Diddy be home in a minute. And I was going to wait to see who was going to suck him, knowing what they know and all of that. I was waiting. But that nigga 50 said, nah. Before sun drop, y'all need to see this. Let's get straight into it. Yo, little Rod? Oh, that's even, you got to pause that whole, just because of the nature of the conversation, you got to pause that. This nigga name is Little Rod? That's crazy. Yo, how bad do you want this fame? How bad do you want success? You ever ask yourself that, the people who want to be famous, how bad do you want it? Because what that statement sets up is what you're prepared to do for fame and fortune. Watching that documentary, you got to see what people would do to be around money, to be around fame and fortune. Little Rod got a lawsuit against Puff saying he essayed him. But most of it is about him owing money to Little Rod. Right? Most of it. That's most of it. He ain't get into the sexual assault. He kept that kind of vague in the original paperwork, right? But on this documentary, the boy said, I woke up sore and I had been drugged. But he stayed with Puff. Now, as a man, right? We on a boat. We in the middle of the ocean, right? Let me tell you how this go, right? For a man, I wake up, I'm sore. Massacre. I don't care about no money. I don't care about no security. I don't care about none of that. I'm getting shot going across the gun line because I can't go home like this. Remember in life when he was like, yo, my mama can't see me like this? I wouldn't know that I let somebody walk that violated me for some money I never even ended up getting. You see, these men ain't no different than these women for men with money. He took big bro-ness and went crazy with it. Yo, he was in a picture while Puff was working out on the boat. He just sitting next to him looking up at him like he had a crush on Puff. Bro, they was in a relationship. What this is, he's a side chick. Puff ain't want to bring him into the light with him and hold his hand and all that. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to do what side chicks do. I'm going to blow it up. That you was playing with this boy booty. The nigga said, sometimes I would wake up drugged next to women. Sometimes I woke up drugged next to Puff. Sore. That's what he said. But listen, he stopped himself because he said there were other things too, but I don't even want to get into that. Bro, what? What do you mean? So you let me know that you woke up with a sore butt next to a man, but think there's something else? What could the something else be? Yo, that video, I talk a lot about character, right? I watched security guards say they didn't know what was going on, but they was on the other side of a door where the shit was going on. Like, this is the thing they acknowledge. Everybody turned the blind eye because everybody had access to the money. During the R. Kelly, like, when he was going through his trial and that first Surviving R. Kelly came out, two is trash because it's a bunch of grown women on there talking about you went for money and you got what you got. But we talking about the kids. That first R. Kelly documentary, I felt like everybody telling the story should be in jail. Everybody that seen what was going on and now is sitting on a documentary casually saying, yeah, I seen this or this was kind of weird to me, they should be in jail. That's how I feel about a lot of the people that was around Puff. They seen Misa Hilton getting the shit beat out of her. And I'm talking not like, yo, you know, little skirmish, like beating. But Puff was on his way up. I'm staying close to the money. These are choices people made. So when you see all these people, oh, Puff did this to me, Puff did this to me. Puff did that to you because you watched him do it to somebody else. You teach people how they can treat you. When these moments, these are teachable moments. When you see him smack the shit out of dude, you got to pull it. Yo, my name, I need you to know that ain't happening with me. But then you'll watch him smack somebody else and be like, it ain't going to happen to me. And then somebody else, and then he smack the shit out you and you don't do nothing because now he richer. Because remember, all this started, you started looking the other way because he had money. But now he's getting richer, so he has more money, so you have more reason to look the other way. Now we supposed to cry when he treats you like a sucker? You've been a sucker the whole time. You was a sucker the whole time. Yo, this man is assaulting men? And they staying around? Yo, what in the... Yo, this is the craziest shit. Yo, how can men with security be gangsters? This nigga Puff was taking security on drills. That's what an ego, and that's why when you face to face with these demons, you can't let them, yo, when they start talking that, yo, you know how me and my team give it up, you know, you just got to break a nigga face right there. Because you pussy. I don't care about the what's going on around this or what could come from this. You pussy. And Puff was pussy in every way possible. Puff was having fistfights with girls that he wasn't knocking out. What are we, like, yo, everything about this is just crazy. And they said 50 is a snitch. Nah, 50 ain't no snitch because everything that was in that documentary is public information. It wasn't no new information. The new information came from Kalina, I think, about, no, was it Kalina? No. It was Kirk Burrows about Biggie funeral. And Biggie having to pay for his funeral. Puff wanted to put on his big, grandiose funeral, but then started seeing the numbers and was like, yo, we gonna make that recoupable. But he on TV dancing and shimmering and all that, and he, yo, my best friend and all that, they wasn't even close like that. And that's something we heard from like C's and them telling their stories on different podcasts. Like, yo, Big would be with his people and Puff would insert himself. But seeing all that footage compiled the way it was compiled, it leads you to the water. Now, when it leads you to the water, he can't make you drink. But I was led to the water, and I started sipping. I was sipping slow because it was making sense. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And I think this was good to see because Puff just got it. Like, we know a lot of things didn't get brought up in that courtroom. We've been hearing things for years. We've been hearing things about celebrities. We've been hearing things about those parties. His lawyers did their damn thing. Let's just say that. His lawyers did the damn thing. But I don't care about the way y'all see the law because I was a young dude running around with murderers who beat murders. I beat charges I was guilty of. That's a fact. Because if it ain't put together right in that courtroom, there will be a loophole that raises reasonable doubt. We knew he was a slimy dude, but he got around that. What 50 compiled is something that lets you know who he is, though. When he came back to New York and was in Harlem, I was like, oh, look at him trying to get the people on his side. That was just me from a visual point. He outside with no security. He drinking with people, passing people the bottle and all that. As soon as the documentary starts, you see him on the phone with his lawyer, and his lawyer was telling him to do that. His lawyer told him to go to New York and hit the street. He's like, yo, I don't think it's working. But then later on in that same documentary, we seen Puff, he hugging the people, and then he jump in the car and say, I need a bath. He felt dirty. He out here having to fuck with his people, the people we call black excellence and all that. This is how he looking down the ladder. He not looking at it, damn, my brothers and sisters out here, they little fucked up or whatever it is. Because I didn't even see him shaking hands with no fiends. These are regular people that probably bought his albums, that probably bought a merchandise of some sort from all these artists at some point in their time. Now you get to see why all of these people who were popping walked away. Mace had just sold 5 million albums, walked away. Total was on a second gold album, walked away. Craig Mack, gold, walked away. When y'all say somebody is a narcissist, compare him to Puff. Puff is a narcissist. He has to control everything around him. He don't like the word no from nobody, male or female. We got to stop saying Puff ain't a fruit too, man. I ain't got nothing against the community. But we got to stop acting like Puff ain't a fruit, man. Lil Rod said he sent them a video of a black man penetrating a white man and said, yo, if you want to get somewhere in this business, this is what you got to do. And this is why I ain't mad. I'm not sad or even showing no compassion to Lil Rod, because you send me that text, you know, my next text would have been, yo, where you at right now? Where are you at right now? Because I'm ready to throw it all away. I got to show you something. You showed me something, but now I got to show you something. Because he in the inner circle. Now, these are the times you got to be willing to take your lumps. If I'm in the inner circle, that means I could get past security. That means I could get one-on-one. Yo, Puff, I need to talk with you one-on-one. I'd have beat Puff up in a bathroom or something. Yeah, they'd have got me eventually, but guess what? Puff would have had to drop out of the public eye for a minute. What happened? Oh, them niggas had to kill Logo because this nigga Puff sent them a crazy text. It makes it where you can't even care about people. Aubrey O'Day, right? She tells a story about getting essayed, right? But then I start thinking about the timeline because the first time you see her on a documentary, I think she talking about emails that she got from Puff, where she wasn't with it. He sending her cock shots. He sending her, yo, let me turn you out. You listen, you over there, you probably running your own program now. You need to let me run my program on you, all that Why would you be with him drinking or anything after that? So this is why I ain't going to pass judgment because I don't know the timeline. But if the essay happened after he sent you all them emails, I think you was chasing bread. Because it don't make no sense. None of it makes sense unless it's about money. And this is where morality kick in, because the two girls that was in Dirty Money, they got pictures of Cassie with he was just hitting everything. Someone's hitting, but Kalina trying to act like she wasn't with it, but the other girl, Dawn, when she pressed up the button on Puff, what she said, both of them was getting essayed. But Kalina don't want to say that because of her husband, and it's overlap there. She don't want to lose her man. We understand what's going on. But look, you was able to overlook all of what was going on and all that. And when you needed something, first of all, y'all dropped the money. Last Train to Paris did well. It had critical acclaim and all that, right? That happened. How shortly after she need $5,000? How does that even happen if she was compensated for her work on the very last thing that they did that was a success? Why does she need $5,000? And what he told her, I ain't got that. I'm doing something. I ain't got that. Because it's a one way. It's kind of like Trump. All the loyalty goes one way. It goes up the ladder. It don't come back down. And then as soon as he got in steaming water with Dawn, he called Kalina, because you the person that could put out this fire for me. Yo, Puff started fucking, what's the city girl? He buying Maybachs, he buying Birkins and all that. Do you know how that look after you say, I worked with you? I work for my bread. And you telling me, yo, I ain't got $5,000 for you? But I see you just somebody that you fucking. Getting Maybachs and trips and $30,000 bags and all that. This is why morality is king. Whether you a female, you a man, what you allow people to do, people will do. And you can't put it all on them. Because you have to take some accountability. This is your life. You got to know what you willing to put up and what you ain't. And if you willing to put up with nonsense, you can't cry over nonsense later. Because I ain't listening. Other people might listen and they might look at a bunch of, oh, y'all. No, you looked the other way when you was in the ship. She said Kalina said she got to the house where they was working on with Puff. This nigga slid out in some underwear and a t-shirt. As a woman, that don't make you uncomfortable? Or you see right past that for money? If Eddie Logo, me, slide out. I tell you to come somewhere, and I'm in my drawers and a wife beater when you get there, what you doing? I ain't got no money. What you doing? Because if that changed, because of the money that I have, if I could do it broke, and it's an essay, is I tried to do this, it's sexual harassment, but if I got $100 million in the account and you just keep working, I could just sit there in my boxes now, all because I got some money. The problem is you, not him. Everybody believe in religion. The devil is supposed to tempt you. The devil is supposed to tempt you. What's your part in that? You supposed to show your resolve and saying, nah, that ain't for me. You supposed to show your resolve like saying, nah, I ain't a part of that. Nah, you bugging out. A nigga can't fuck no nigga and send it to me. A nigga can't fuck me for no money and I'm selling gangster music. All my bars is nigga, if a nigga, and then a nigga, and I'm like, nah, but son got the bag though. Yo, I'm done with everything. The whole entertainment industry could get the fuck on. Yo, he said, he showed up at his assistant's house with the grip for Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi, the day and night nigga. That's who Puff got to rise out of running down on. You needed security to run down on Kid Cudi. You needed a gun, security, and the drop. And the drop. You needed the drop to go at Kid Cudi. Man, this is the guy that ruined all these lives. This is the gangster / fruit that ruined these people's lives, man. Yo, when I remember I was in junior high school when I heard Going Back to Cali for the first time. That's when that dropped. We was in a program called Project Turnaround, and we was going on a trip. I'll never forget. And that album had just came out, and that's what everybody was playing. Life After Death. And at the beginning of Going Back to Cali, it's that conversation where Puff is like, yo, Big, get up. We going back to Cali. And Big was like, LAX, Cali? Yo, that viscerally stuck to my soul. Because you heard it in big voice, like, what? And I don't even believe that was an interlude for that was probably a real conversation that was taped for some reason. And it was just thrown in there because it accentuates the track. But I believe that conversation went like that. Like, bro, why is we going out? I don't want to go out there. They put an interview with Big was like, yo, I'm scared for my life. And if he's scared like that and he not even on the West Coast, why would you take him there? It didn't make sense. And then you find out Kirk Barrows, he got the ledgers for everything they were doing. So he got it written down how hard he was going to try to get Big into a foreign market. And finally did it. He was supposed to be in the UK. And Puff said, we staying. He fought for them to stay, only for Big to die the next day. Come on, man. This was a circle jerk the whole time. Puff is the example of what happens when you let just money lead the way. It's no morality because Puff 100%. Yo, Puff does what Trump does. He tell you he's a good guy. He tell you, yo, I did this. And I think that's what made Cassie press the button. I swear to God, watching the rollout for his last album when he talking about love and how he all his peace and all that, that's disrespectful to watch for a woman that went through what she went through. She wanted people to know is why she did, and that's what 50 did. He accomplished what she was trying to accomplish. I just want y'all to see him for who he is. And y'all do. Some do, because like I said, I still stick to it. He gonna come home, and the same idiots is gonna flock to him. Like, how you gotta feel as a supporter? Like, you knew why he came to New York, right? You knew what the charges against him was. All of them people still lined up to take pictures with you. They was still, and what you did to them niggas? Told them they was dirty, nasty niggas. That's what they now know about you. You think they dirty, nasty niggas. You took a jacket from a nigga. Yeah, I'll accept it, bro. And as soon as you got in, yo, I need, like, spray me down, baby. This is he was disgusted. And I'm glad, like, when I caught that, I didn't know if people caught that, but me and my homie, we talked about it, and that stuck out to everybody. You don't love your people? But as his people, what did we allow him to do? Turn Ciroc into a super billion-dollar company. Why? Because he was leveraging being black. When he don't give a fuck about being black, the experience for him is all about money. You seen what he said. I gotta take baths. He's willing to burn his skin off. Ain't nobody taking no 100-degree bath, nigga. But that's how dirty he felt. Dealing with the people who bought Sean John. Dealing with the people who watched Revolt. Dealing with the people who bought all that Ciroc. Come on, man. I got to say it again. If you looking for the money, you going to end up following a sucker every time, man. Because he ain't trying to lead you nowhere. He going to put you in a blender. Stay around so I could use you, but you never going to get no real bread. Think about all the people who got bread. Niggas who played that game, man. French Montana played that game. If I'm starting the rumor here, I'm starting the rumor here, man. Because I don't get his meteoric success, but I also seen the picture of him digging booty with Puffy for no reason. I seen that. I'm getting it now. Black Rob ain't want to play the game. G Dep ain't want to play the game. Craig Mack ain't want to play the game. Mace ain't want to play the game. Toto ain't want to play the game. Stevie J wanted to play the game. Stevie J played the game. King Los played the game. French Montana played the game. The people still around them because we know what we know now. And there's no way he's going to stop being this person. You know how I know Puff ain't felt like it was a reason to stop at no point? Because when they arrested him, this nigga still had a room full of drugs. He wasn't trying to change. He was trying to warp perception of himself. He tried to make himself look like a villain. But see, now that we seen those intimate conversations with your lawyer and all that, we know that it was all a play from the jump. It was a legal strategy. It wasn't like, yo, you know what? Let me go back to Harlem and deal with my people. And this is the crazy shit. He rep Harlem more than Mount Vernon and ain't from Harlem, but went back to Harlem and now touched the people of Harlem and was like, them niggas is filthy. Like, what y'all do with Puff when he come home now? Everybody hanging around him is a sucker. Boy, you out here raping niggas? If I was going to be around him to have a conversation with him when he dropped something, I'm like, boy, you raping niggas? Now we not cool. I shared something about my older brother being a pedo and me just cutting ties with him 100%. That's my brother. Puff ain't these niggas' brother. They overlooking all this for money. That's it. They don't care about nothing else, man. That's what make niggas suckers. Like, men talk about women being gold diggers a lot. Yo, she only wants you for money. She ain't gonna care for you. These niggas is like that too. These niggas is like that too. You know how many people would die for Puff? And look how many people living and they ain't got nothing. They live their whole life with Puff and broke. But it's niggas that are still jumping that loop. Yo, I die for you to show you that I'm loyal to you. And he'll let you. All of them will let you. Man, I'm glad that came out, man. I swear to God, I'm glad that came out because I just was waiting for him to drop to see how people would act. But now people have way more information. Way more information that shows you how he feel about you. Because don't take yourself out the equation. If that was you dapping them up and giving them something that you spent money on, that dude gave him a product that he created. And Puff let him put him on, turn around. Yeah, player, I'll take the coat. That shit probably got burnt. It meant everything to the dude that gave the coat and nothing to Puff. Come on, man. We got to stop the celebrity worship. We don't know these niggas, man. We don't know these niggas. Russell Simmons, Usher, Diddy, all of them. These niggas is weird niggas, man. Every one of them. Kamora Lee Simmons was 16 when Russell got with her or something like that, right? It was a 16-year-old model. It was 40. Listen, man. And all of these people in a circle, this is what we calling black success. We need new black success. Real black success stories. Black success stories that don't end in black people fucking over black people. Yeah, everybody that we supposed to look at as black success, RZA, ended up screwing the woo. Bill Cosby ended up screwing black people. Puff whole history is screwing black people. These are some of the biggest successes that we rally around. Why? Because of money, not their character, because we don't know these niggas. You can't gauge somebody's character over the screen. You got to be around them. You got to know them. You got to be able to see how they function in certain situations, how they treat the janitor, how they treat the CEO. If there's a difference in how they treating people, guess what, man? You going to fall in that line too. They can't treat me with but one way, with respect, man, because I'm not taking nothing else, man. I don't care about money to the extent that I'm going to stop being me or stop being the man that I am for no bread. And I got 100 examples of that, man. Like I told, all verifiable stories. Man, Little Rod, man. It's crazy that this nigga's like, because he said Cuba Gooding was on the boat. That was the same boat that he said Cuba Gooding slid his hand down his thigh. That's the same boat. But you stayed on that boat. Yeah, when that boat docked, it would have crashed because I'd have been on the only person on it, and I don't know how to dock a boat. You taking me into the water to disrespect me? You's a fool. Everybody get big pussy. Everybody. Just gone. Jimmy Hoffa style. Certain things. Listen, man, you can't play with me on land the way this nigga playing with niggas in the open seas. Listen, man, I'm off that though, man. Because y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. I think I got my point across. That whole documentary was about morality, man. What you willing to do for money, man? Yo. Do I think Diddy got Tupac killed? Yup. They showed the interview where that nigga was like, yo, did you hire some Crips so you could fly out west and be safe? He looked dead at the camera. I do not employ any Crips. Like, that sounds crazy. 2 seconds later, the Manfield Crips and the Southside Crips is talking about hits at a diner with Puff and Von Zip. Come on, man. Puff is the type of nigga, he'll play both sides. We see it because he did it to Shine. That girl gave an eyewitness testimony that said she seen Sean Combs with the pistol that blasted her nose off. That nigga spent $100 million to shift blame. D-Rock is a Mansfield Crip. Yeah. So the connection is there. Like, if you look at the story is already put together, but everybody is looking away from it because they benefit from hanging around Puff. Niggas out here screaming, yo, Puff is the man every year and all this. Yeah, but y'all know what y'all know. Y'all know what y'all know. They got the shooter. They say the shooter that killed Big was Poochie, and that was retaliation for what happened to Suge. And because they say Von Zip got the money that was meant for the Crips. Like, Von Zip was the intermediary. He was the middleman that was supposed to get the Crips paid. And Von Zip kept the money. And they said with that money, he opened the club Zip Code. For some of y'all that's in New York, older guy, you might remember Zip Code. It's in the city. They say that was the money that was meant for the Mansfield Crips and the Southsiders after Keefe D and Baby Lane killed Tupac. So if you tie Puff into that, Puff might have some different troubles when he come home. Because Keefe D is now being locked up and charged with that Tupac murder because of the proffer agreement that he took in L.A. It worked in L.A. only. He took his ass to Nevada where the crime originally happened. And if y'all don't know, there's a statute of limitation on everything damn near but murder. They could come get you when you 92. I don't give a damn if you killed somebody when you was 11. They could come get you if you 92 and they find evidence, forensic or otherwise, that you created this and they think they could get the indictment. Brother, they coming for you. Sister, they coming for you. And that's what happened to Keefe D, and that's what he going through. But if Keefe D tell the same exact story, the same exact way, Puff is going to be in that. And that was all that information. Like I said, all of this information was out there before, but it's been compiled. And the way it's been put together, that shit like tying a shoe at this point, man. It's just weaving through the holes. All that shit connected. If Puff didn't make Big stay in L.A., right? Big would be alive. If Puff didn't give the incentive of $1 million for both Suge and Pac, maybe that situation wouldn't have escalated to where it escalated. But a nigga just put hands on me and he got $500,000 on his head. Guess who's going to get that? You know what I'm saying? You incentivize, because he could have probably took the L and been like, yo, you know what? Pac ain't really no gangster. I'm just going to go back to the hood and I'm going to tear up the hood of the niggas that he with. That could have happened. But you say $500,000 to a hood nigga? We ain't talking about with taxes. We talking about $500,000 in my pocket. I'm going to get that money. But they never got the money. And they never got no more tickets to come to no more shows. You know why? Because their usefulness was up. Need to be around no goddamn crib. I got hire real security now. I ain't got no problem. Suge was on the downfall. He going back and forth to jail. He ain't even nobody I got a beef with no more. He ain't the threat. So Puff just went to go live his life now. But think about how many lives were destroyed for that to happen. Because Suge was pressure for Puff. He had his baby moms. Tupac had Big. Like, they was pressure. So he put all that in play. He knocked a couple dominoes down. They wasn't pressure. He went on to live their life. Pac dead, though. Suge shot in the head. Keefe D is now in jail at 60-something. Puff in jail. Just got around some big shit. But now he about to hit the streets again. And like I just said, he might have to deal with some federal problems because of all of these stories that's coming out. Because Keefe D got a proffer where he says all of this. You could go on YouTube. You could find it yourself and listen to the whole thing. He lays out a lot that got to do with Puffy. You know what? I want to talk about this too. Why the hell was the nigga banging Cassie every what is it, March 9th for 8 years? What's the significance of that day? Like, it's Biggie's birthday, I know that, and you would go crazy on Big. But why do you need your girl to get fucked for 4 days every time Biggie's birthday come around? Like, it's just a bunch of wish. I need to know what's the significance of the March 9th freak-off. I need to know what is his train of thought that it's like, yo, you know what? Every March 9th, I'm going to get together with my girlfriend and a prostitute, and he going to bang her brains out for 4 days. I need to know. I need to know what's the significance of the date. Because Sunset, we was doing this for 8 years. 8 years? This is fucking crazy. And Cam, at this point, we got the names because Cam he done interviewed these guys and all that. So we know a lot more than we should know about these niggas. But 8 years? Everybody got their thing. I'm not kink shaming or nothing, but bro, what is this nigga on, man? We ain't even gotta ask about what he on. This nigga's on everything, man. This nigga was on 2C. He was on cocaine. He was on pills. He was on, and he got a prescription filled as Frank Black. Like, he's obsessed with Biggie. Frank White and Frank Black? You wasn't Frank Black when Frank White was living. We never heard of this. He's obsessed with men, bro. The girls he wanted was because of the men they were with. Eric Sermon, Al B. Shaw, Shook. Like, he's obsessed with men. And it's women that will still lay down and take all the ass whoopings and all that to drive a Bentley. When we talk about the condition we in, it's because of money. Prime example, man. Kirk Burroughs was there at the inception of Bad Boy, right? Janice had 75. He had 25. Puff had none. See, he already know he is going to be fucking the books. He said, I ain't putting nothing in my name. Right? Him and Kirk. They good, they boys, they peoples. He comes and puts the pressure on Kirk. Y'all need that 25 to bust a move. Shit don't sound right. And I don't think Kirk is a dumb dude because he was running the business. He got all the legends. He was all the money coming in. He has everything. So I don't think he a dumb dude. I think he understood the play. He took the 25, said he would return the 25 once he do the play. Never return the 25. But Kirk Burroughs stayed there. Kirk Burroughs still stayed there. So not only did he fuck you, but you watched him fuck years of other people, and you were still there. Guess what they saying about Kirk Burroughs and Diddy? They were mugging each other. Like, what is going on at Bad Boy, man? Nasty Boy Records. Nasty Boy Records. Because these two have been romantically linked, right? For years, decades, or whatever. But he tells a story of when Puff just told him to come in the room while he was getting had for no reason. He just wanted him to show him. For what? For what? Because he was asserting his power. You know you got to hold that secret. Hold it. But no, she holding the secret and he holding the secret. Now the power come from not the money, but all the secrets that he hold. Now nobody can't say nothing. He was collecting souls, man. This nigga's the devil, man. That rollout in that green, when he did all that, yo, love, this is the love album, and he had on all that red, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was coming out to look like the devil because he's showing y'all, can't nobody stop me. Can't stop, won't stop, right? And nobody was trying to stop him. I think Diddy stopped. Not Diddy. I think 50 stopped him. I seen posts that was like, yo, I'm not hating right. I don't know if I'm hating to my full capacity. I don't even see how people call this hate. I understand because 50 baby mother is wrapped up in it. So I can understand why people would look at it and say it's hate. But this is something we needed, man. Because I watched Melly Mel on Vlad, right? And he was talking about Africa Bambaataa touching kids and all that, right? And Vlad asked him the question, like, why nobody do it? He said everybody knew. Everybody knew and ain't did nothing. with you. I asked you. Because you still got pictures of you with Bambaataa. So y'all were going through this whole time knowing that Bambaataa was fucking kids. This is no different than Bambaataa. I see people throw away people with no money every day for nothing. And then you'll see these rich niggas do everything wrong and say, but he got the bag though. I think the prostitution is bigger than just the women in our community. Men are selling themselves to men for money too. It's happening. Niggas ain't dying for you because they feel like they can't live without you or they frontlining. Niggas is dying for you because they feel like you could do something for them now or in the future. That's what they're doing. They're buying a favor. Listen, man, learn to do for self and learn who you are. Because as these things come up, ain't nobody putting these adults in a blender. Something was presented to these people and they said, you know what, I'm rolling with that. I'm rolling with that. I'll protect your secrets, even though your secrets are hurting people that look like me. Even though your secrets are hurting young artists that just want to sing. When they was talking about Danny Kane, those were little young girls, 19, 18, 17, that just want a career. How did that end up? Most of them ain't got no money, no career, and they was fucked on. That ain't what we supposed to be doing. That ain't black excellence. That's just as bad as Weinstein and the casting couch. Oh, you want to be an actor in these big movies? Well, I make the big movies. Lay down. You about to eat some dick, Terry Crews. Like, they got so crazy with it, they was doing it to men. And what did he do? Because I'd have broke Weinstein's face if he'd have grabbed my beef. You understand? The stories is all the same. Every story is the same. They playing because y'all allow them to play. They see your character is weak. They see you malleable as a grown-up. Because these are grown-ups we're talking about. These are grown-ups we're talking about. These are people who made choices. E40 got the song. Everybody got choices. In my personal life, right? One of my brothers had a line into maybe doing everything in his film world, right? He had a friend that was supposed to be setting up the play. That friend went left. I told him, yo, this ain't for me because I end up fucking up y'all relationship. Their relationship ain't even existing no more. You know why? Because he's a fuck nigga. And I seen him. You got to be able to see what's not for you. This ain't for me. Maybe it'll work out for you. My brother saying it ain't for him. My brother went up ever since. You start believing in yourself first before you believe in any fucking body else. Because these are a lot of people who seen no way, no path to success and money without Puff, so they stuck it out. This might be a 1 in a million. Well, if it's a money 1 in a million, I'm still walking away if it don't feel right to me. Because the only thing guaranteed in this shit is we gonna die. But what's your name gonna look like at the funeral? When they talking about it, they gonna be like, yeah, his son sucked a little dick for money. Yeah, his son told a couple lies. Son did. That ain't how I want to go. Now I want to go out on my two. Now, son was solid. If he said he didn't do it, he wasn't doing that. If he said he did it, he did it. I'm not hiding no hands, faking the funk to make no people believe nothing about me because I'm just trying to be honest with the people. Puff did everything not to be honest with people who tell you, cried on camera telling you they loved him. Loved him while he was whooping their ass the whole time. What is love at that point? Now, if that was love, if that toxicity was love, when you go on the other side, you don't even know what love feel like. When somebody treating you right, when somebody giving you what you work for, when somebody is acknowledging your purpose in their life. He wasn't doing none of that. This nigga was telling his artists, look, you need to let me turn you out. Artists. What are you in it for? Look at everything in your life and say, what am I in this for? Because a lot of people is doing the wrong shit for the wrong reasons, man. And then you want empathy on the other side when it go wrong for you. Now, you was there. You was there. It was wrong the whole time, and you was there. I can't cry for you now that it went wrong for you. That wouldn't make no sense. Because you watched it go wrong for other people, and you was like, not me. I'm happy for that DVD, that documentary. I'm happy for the documentary. I'm happy 50 did it. Niggas call him a snitch. I don't even give a damn that niggas is calling him a snitch because y'all niggas is listening to niggas that really snitched. I just seen all kind of pictures from a Gunna concert. It was crazy. Like, don't nobody care. Don't nobody got the morality, man. I'm pushing morality at a time when niggas is like, yo, what was you talking about, bro? Whoever got the bag is big bro. I don't care what he doing to women. I don't care what he doing to kids, man. If he could be my way for a week. Because a lot of the time, these niggas be entourage. Yeah, you get a summer or two, but guess what? You got to figure it out once they cut you back. So I'm telling you, before you even get into the blender with a nigga like Puff, because it's more, Puff ain't the only one. Puff ain't the only one. It's going to be a lot more people that present themselves and they going to be like, I got money, and niggas just going to jump on the train and they going to be overlooking shit, and it's going to be another documentary telling the same story when it shouldn't be, because you should learn from the information that's out there now. Close ranks. Work on your morality. Get your character in order. This nigga Puff is out there possibly raping women with his son. A couple years ago, Puff was dealing with a woman his son was dealing with, Lori Harvey. She came into the house dealing with his son, the light skin. I don't know son name, the light skinned one, right? Justin, I think it is. After she done dealing with Justin, she goes across the hall. She dealing with Puff for a while, right? Aubrey O'Day tells a story where she was drugged, passed out on a couch. Puff was in a box, and a stocky, light-skinned nigga was in her mouth. Through that whole video was a stocky, light-skinned nigga walking around with Puff. That light-skinned nigga was his son. He's possibly raping people with his son? I can't wait till he get back out here. I can't wait till he get back out here because I need to see who gonna act like they didn't see all of this. Like, we already know the usual suspects, Stevie, Cokehead J. We know he there for sure. King Los, we know he there for sure because they was there with him just before he came to New York. So we know they don't care. But we also know what we know about Stevie J. And we don't know too much about King Los other than you stayed at a time when everybody was leaving. There had to be a reason everybody was leaving, but you and French, y'all went to the party and was holding arms and shit. Like, everything comes back together, man. They still talking about him and Meek. Remember, they had in the paperwork a Philly artist that used to deal with Nicki Minaj. Come on, man. It don't get no clearer than that. She only dealt with one Philly nigga. Before that was Safari, and after him has been the pedo dude. So who she was dealing with from Philly? Meek, a nigga that was dressed like Puff for some reason at a party. First of all, my nigga, if I come to a party and we wearing the same shit, guess who's gonna try to stay away from you? Not get in the picture. Especially with a nigga that's been linked to so much gay shit. You doing your thing, daddy. It's all coming together, man. It's like a puzzle. We get more pieces. Yeah, I'm putting the pieces together, man. And this is the fruitiest, wildest, disrespectful puzzle I ever seen in my life, man. 50 just posted a picture where he said he got some flowers from Diddy, and they were supposed to be like the funeral arrangement. And they said, y'all got to tell me what this means. Y'all know I'm crazy. Son, you not tough. You don't hear stories about him being tough with nobody but who? Kid Cudi. A nigga who not tough. We covered this a long time ago on this part too, man. What makes you tough? If you not tough one-on-one solo, you're not tough. You don't scare nobody. You can't be a gangster and you running around with security, hired guns. You running down on Kid Cudi. They say he was drunk and pissed on Drake and all this stuff. You not doing none of this by yourself. You're doing this with the presumption that you got wolves behind you. You got your crazy is when Wolf was behind you. What happened? They clipped his wings. They gave him wings, no Red Bull. Because everybody is tough until they meet tougher niggas. Yeah, your crew is strong, but it's a crew stronger. They could be shorter and all that. Niggas' hearts might be pumping lion's blood while you got 97 poodles on your team that's acting like they pit bulls. Listen, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. All of it, man. But how you look at it, because we know it's smoke and mirrors. We know when shit is bullshit. For a long time, we knew Puff was a foul nigga, but we watched the award shows get this nigga. He getting the key to the city. He getting all these Lifetime Legacy Awards. He getting all this shit. He fucked every artist. Big gave his publishing out for, I think it was $50,000. He wrote all of Junior Mafia. He wrote all of his stuff. He was writing for Kim. He was writing for Puff. If he kept his publishing, do you know how rich he would be for all the songs that he wrote? He didn't do it like Pac did it, where he'd pull up a beat. I'm going to put a verse on it and tuck that and we get to the next one. He was writing out whole albums for niggas and sold his publishing for $50,000. And then when he passed, we got an idea of how much money he should have had based on what all the shit he did. And his funeral was a recoupable for the company? Puff ain't the only one, man. This is what I'm saying. Assess what you're willing to do for fame. Assess what you're willing to do for money, because it's all going to get attached to your character. Again, if you spiritual, you say God sees everything, man. So we need to start acting like he sees everything. You can't be foul in the dark and then be like, yo, but I go to church. It don't work that way. If he sees everything, he know your repentance is bullshit too. You can't be foul Monday to Saturday and then on Sunday, say a couple words and that's off you. Nah, you still that. That's still you. If you ain't trying to change, man, it ain't no book going. I don't care what book you thumping. It ain't gonna make you a better person, because that's one thing he did through this whole thing. God got me. God got me. Raping people, God got me. Sexual assault, God got me. Fucking people out their money, God got me. Killing people, God got me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, terrible person thumping that book. You got to think about who you are before you meet a Puff. And then when you meet a Puff, now you got to prove that shit you said about yourself. You a stand-up nigga. I don't give a fuck about no money. I don't give a fuck about no money and be caring. As soon as the money comes, listen, I'll do that. I ain't rich right now, man. I ain't nowhere close to it. But I'm good. I'm good. I ain't begging. I ain't leaning on nobody. I'm all right, and I'm trying to do it. Could I do it if I was being a foul nigga? I'd be kicking in the door. I could do a lot faster if I was thinking how I was thinking, but I ain't on that. Not only am I building up other people, I'm building myself to be the person I need to be. So when I see people like Puff, I understand Puff ain't the only one. That devil is going to be out there willing to tempt everybody. And when he come to me, get the fuck out of my face, man. Yeah, I could be better if I did this, but guess what? The only thing promised is death. I don't get to keep it. I don't get to keep it. So why do something that feels morally wrong to me for something I can't even keep? It don't go with me. That means it's fleeting, but your respect isn't. Your morality isn't. Your character isn't. I'm telling you, those things are going in the casket with you. That's how people going to remember you, for the way you lived. And all those people who watched him wild on other people because they figured they was on the right side, all of them are getting what they deserve. Just like the R. Kellys, all of these people, yo, I can't even pay my bills. That ain't nobody. That's God. That's the God that you talking about. That's making it hard for everybody who was tempted and went with it. All them hardships niggas is going through and Kalina crying and all that, that's because you rolled with the bullshit when you had the chance. You were tested and you failed. Now you got to live in it. What they say, you make your bed, you got to lie in it. They all made their bed and they all lying in it. And they crying and they looking for sympathy for people who, some people probably would do the same thing. But there are a lot of people who this documentary opened their eyes. I'm saying all the content, none of the content is sympathetic other than Ja Rule. Other than Ja Rule, none of the content I've seen has been sympathetic to the plight of Sean Combs. And Ja Rule, he got it. I looked up every comment, everywhere I seen his videos posted, I went in the comments, he not winning in there neither. Ja Rule just need to go away, man. I ain't the biggest 50 fan, because there's politics and other things he do that I think it sucks, but I think this needed to happen. Because like he said, if I didn't do it, people were saying you okay with it. That's what I was saying about the Melly Mel thing. If you don't speak up, people will say you okay with it. But when I speak up, I'm snitching. It doesn't make sense. We ask for that kind of accountability. I want to know the nasty shit about all these people that I'm supporting because we're black. Don't whitewash it and don't blackwash it for me. Just tell me the facts, and I'll come up with what I want to believe about this person or this situation. I got the facts. And I think that is a bird, $1 billion bird. And I think that much worse about everybody who allow him to become that. A lot of eyes had to turn away. Niggas is talking about Daphne Joy. I need to hear from Mary J. Mary J was one of the people who never fell out with Puff. Consistently. She stayed around, was at all the part. I need to hear from her. Or is she going to run back to Puff when this is all over? Come on, man. It's about to be a great time. I'm about to have and I'm coming up here blasting everybody. I don't care if it's in a picture or whatever it is. You's a sucker. You's a sucker. Little girls don't deserve to follow you, especially that want to be in the music industry, because he was bringing them in just to use them. As a woman, she was cool with that. Because can't nobody tell me they didn't know what was happening, because he didn't seem like the nigga that needed to hide nothing. This nigga he jumped on Cassie while she was having sex with another nigga. And when the nigga tried to get him off, he bucked up and said, you ain't gonna do nothing. What the nigga did? Nothing. Why? Because he was getting paid. So he watched her get beat up because she was loving somebody else's pipe after you put somebody else's pipe in her. Man, it's like, man, it's just crazy, man. But we took up enough time with that. I want to go somewhere else real quick, just to finish this off. What is the obsession with telling people how they need to dress at a certain age? What is the obsession with it? When am I supposed to buy my first zoot suit? When am I supposed to start wearing loafers every day? Because a lot of people have jobs where that's the attire that you have to wear, right? But if you have a casual job and then after work you dress casually, when the fuck am I supposed to wear these three-piece suits? Listen, we're at a time and point where everybody wants to complain about some of the stupid shit, right? You got Mano flatlining academics because academics are saying they're so old they need to start wearing X, Y, and Z, or they don't need to dress how they dress. but you putting it on 40 and ups. DJ Academics is 30 and wearing streetwear. Why don't he need to stop? Why does the cutoff happen significantly older than you are right now? You can start wearing suits right now. I don't want to see zoo suit, nigga. Go, you start dressing like Pitbull. That nigga Pitbull, I ain't seen Pitbull in a pair of regular jeans in years. Start wearing suits like Pitbull. Niggas supposed to dress like Pitbull every fucking day now. That's what you want from niggas that grew up fly. Like that DJ Academics didn't get his name outside. He didn't. This nigga sits in a basement and talks about niggas. Every relationship you've had has been because you have money, and they all deteriorated because these bitches treat you like shit. Why is anybody listening to him about anything? You got guys that was outside, that was fly, that was in the club, that was doing this shit for decades. This nigga he been fly for about a decade. And what you consider fly, you go in and buy what's on the mannequin. Oh, this is popping. I'm in this. I'm in this because people associate a Mary with money, so I just got to buy a Mary and then I'm fly. Yo, Cash Money and them had the biggest bag at one point. Wore all the Gucci, had everything niggas wanted, and niggas still said them niggas is bums. Because you not swaggy. You not putting it together. You not fly. You just putting it on. That's what DJ Academics is doing. You watching dudes that's put garments that you never seen before. You watching them put this down. You like, damn, they dressing like kids. Kids ain't got money for $8,000 coats and pony head. Kids ain't doing that. You just jealous of niggas because those are the niggas that girls that you like really want. They settle for you. It's always a nigga like that look like DJ Academics that's like, yo, y'all like the Pookies. Because that's damn near what he trying to say. Like these successful black niggas that made it in rap are Pookies. It's niggas out here dressing in suits killing bitches. With no money in their pocket for real. They trying to make it look. The nigga Jadena came through in suits. Where's Jadena at right now? I'm a classic, man. Where's he at? He was dressing appropriately. That's what I'm guessing that's how y'all saying niggas was supposed to dress. Why niggas ain't prop up Jadena when he was here? Come on, man. Niggas just be chatting the chat, man. DJ Academics, Trap Lord Russ, Vlad, I hate all of them. I hate all of them for the same reason. Y'all all profiteering off a culture that y'all aren't in. Y'all ain't in this shit. And what I mean, culture living it. Not DJ Academics didn't grow up the way nobody grew up. Said been in his basement the whole time. He's still in his basement. If you go look for DJ Academics, he live right now in his basement alone. Where do you get all this worldly knowledge if you're in your basement? It don't work that way. Nigga, you can't talk about people who was outside getting the cuts and the scars and you talking like you them or comparable to them. You can't do it. You can't do it. You not fly. I don't give a fuck what your clothes cost. You're not a fly nigga. Nobody's looking at DJ Academics for nothing about no clothes, nigga. So why are you talking about other people who've been looked at for their fly shit? True Religion was skyrocketed off of Jim Jones' back. Can't nobody tell me I watched it happen. You set no trends. You have no reason talking about nobody. When Fab was wearing jerseys, niggas was jerseyed out. Niggas was jerseyed out. What have you did for fashion to tell niggas they got to move on from the way they dress? Niggas don't even know where he from. Niggas know about New York and how we give it up. Niggas know niggas is trying to make it look good every time we walk out. I don't give a damn if it's somebody else shit or my shit. Trying to make it look good. Because that's what we do in New York. I'm not in my basement. I'm going outside to see how people feel about my shit in real time. Because that's a part of setting the trend, man, trying something new. You got to give it to the world. He ain't give nothing to the world, nothing. He talk about how niggas rap. He talk about how niggas dress. He talk about you ain't did nothing, nigga. You got rich in a basement. If niggas ain't had no girls, if niggas ain't had no motion, everybody could sit in the basement and get the kind of money you get. I can't dedicate 10 hours of my day to sitting on a stream talking about other nigga. I can't do it. Because I got shit going on. You know why? Because I was already outside. So I'm still outside. Your whole life has been this. You was one of them niggas that was playing GTA, and then you turned on Twitch and seen other stupid niggas like you that want to watch that shit all day and listen to a nigga who ain't really got no knowledge of nothing. Remember how this nigga got famous? He was talking about the war in Chirac. This nigga never been in Chirac. I went off on that little tangent because this is what's going on. You listen to people who ain't did nothing. Never did nothing. Just talking about niggas. That's your whole content. You ain't tying it into a story with, when I was in the street. You can't do none of that. You have none of that. So you're just really resting on the laurels that niggas is listening to somebody who don't know shit. His political views is trash. Everything about him is trash. You just talking about niggas for money. You not telling niggas how to come up. You got enemies that ain't your enemies. You's a cop caller. Man, I hope Mano and Jim and all of them take it for what it is and don't buck up on something, because he gonna call the cops, man. He the type of nigga trick niggas off they square. He talk all that shit, I don't give a fuck when I see niggas, and then when you tap him on the shoulder, listen, man, 911. Because I see niggas laughing and joking, talking about it, but you can see that niggas is tired of some shit too. Because they automatically went to, I don't even see him like that. Would you let you know, if we bump, we going to have a conversation. And he don't want to do that, but this is another nigga trying to trick niggas off their square is what he trying to do. He trying to get his like and subscribers up by being adversarial with these people who are really doing something. Yeah, he got money. He got all that shit. He got it from a basement. I say all that to say this, man. Character, morality. These are the things we got to push. These are the things we got to push. Because this whole internet shit is starting to be devoid of people working on their character. They're being sensational for the likes, for the shares and all that, to drive engagement. I don't want to do none of that. We're going to talk about these things, but it ain't never going to be on no hater shit, man. It ain't never going to be on no hater shit. If you're doing good, you're doing good. If you're doing fuck shit, that's how we going to talk about it. This is why we call it the realer kick it. Because when I kick it, I got to be realer than these other niggas, man. I'm not pulling my punches. Like I said in the beginning, this ain't about sitting down with celebrities. This is about letting these kids know what they saying. If they can't identify it for what it is, I want to let you know what it is. That's what this is about. And that's what this has been about today, man. Everybody who didn't go watch that Puff documentary is #1 on Netflix, so you can't duck it now. As soon as you turn on Netflix, go watch it, man. And watch how much sucker shit on there, and then say, you know what? I ain't gonna be them people. I don't want to be like them people, and fuck them people. And with that said, man, we out. This has been a Really Kick It podcast. This is episode 9. Love, peace. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. They all free. That's how you support. Love, peace, and be safe.